purple group. So we are continuing to work on prefixes. Prefixes, I guess is how you probably should say it. And these are the ones we're working on today. Pre, for, post, and after. Pre and for are going to mean before something. Before. And post or after is going to mean, well, after. We have that word as its own thing. And the reason we have two of each is because we have the Greek and the Latin roots that we pull from in English, and both have just stuck. So we have a little words with both prefixes in both cases. So let's go ahead and look at our headings here. We have, there's four, let's see, okay. Pre, for, post, and after. Okay, let's spread them out a little bit. Alrighty. So let's look at a couple different words here. And what its meaning is. So, afternoon, typical time. It literally means it is after the noon time. Prepare. It means we are, I assume that maybe pair has a root of getting ready, but I'm not sure. But pre is going to mean to get ready beforehand. So it's before we're pre-doing that. Foretelling, we're going to tell it beforehand. So sometimes people use foretell like I foretold that event was going to happen. Kind of like as a, what is that word? You know, the people with the globes telling your future. Okay, and then postpone. So you're going to do it later. You have to do it after. Your post, it's postponed. Okay, so those are some of our examples. Again, both words might not have a strong root, but our prefixes here are going to help us to know at least that this is after something and this is pre something. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just go through these words. At the end, I want you to pause the video and copy them down so that you have the right sort and are familiar with all the words, although yours is pretty easy because it has the prefix in the word. So you're going to emphasize a lot more on learning the meanings behind some of these, okay? So here we go. Foreman, people who go before. Post-war, we use that a lot when talking about like in history, that was post-war time. But we also have pre-war time. So before World War, pre-World War II, we say that kind of thing. Foresight. It's kind of, again, having that foresight, you would say like they had the foresight to leave before Hurricane Irma came. That means they were able to think about it in advance. Okay, we have preface, which is the thing that comes before a story. A post-test, you all know what that is after we learn. Predict, again, prediction. So it's something that we're saying happens before we've even read or before we've even seen it. Forefathers. In American history, those are the people who came before us to prepare the nation. Prehistoric. So before people kept history written down and things like that, it was prehistory or prehistoric times. That's like when the dinosaurs were here. Post date. Again, it's just date after. Precede, came before. Prefix is these are our prefixes. They're the part of the word that comes before a root. And aftertaste, to eat something and have that weird aftertaste. Okay, so we're going to talk about some really quickly. I also have preposition here, which I found out literally means when you have a word, a preposition is things like up and under and over, those direction words. But you can think of it as a preposition is coming before a place. So if you said a hill, the preposition comes before as up. Well, up on a hill. So your preposition is up. Or the covers is a place, and under would be your prefix. So it comes before the place, or before, pre, the position of where you're at. Oops, sorry, I didn't realize I was over here. But we're pre-positioned. So, something to think about, and these literally do help us understand the meanings of words, so we can use them a lot in our reading as well. All right, let's look at some others. So we have an afterword and a foreword, and those are often in the books. A foreword is something that is written by somebody else in a book, whereas a preface is often written by the author themselves. And then an afterword is something that comes after a story or a book. We have forethought and afterthought. So forethought, again, they're thinking of it kind of ahead of time, whereas an afterthought was like, oh yeah, I had to do that. It's an afterthought. And then we have preseason and postseason. So often in like sports, you'll have people getting ready in the preseason. Then you have the season where they actually play the sport, and then the postseason. Certain things go on there as well. So those are our words and our headings. If you are unsure about some of the meanings of these words, today would be a great day to look those up and make sure you understand that it actually is before or after the rest of, the root. And that is it. Make sure you copy down your correct list, and you'll be ready for the week.